with Sudhanshu Mani, the infra visionary behind the Vande Bharat Express. From the soaring peaks of the Himalayas to the bustling ports of Mumbai, one name stands tall in India's infrastructure revolution, Afcons Infrastructure. Witness the extraordinary journey of a company that's not just building structures but helping to shape the future of our nation.
Afcons was formed in the year 1959 as a joint venture between Rodeo Engineering of Switzerland and Hazrat and Company of India. The idea of the company at that stage was to be carrying out difficult foundation projects, including pile foundations and diaphragm walls. Over a period of time, later in the year 1963, Afcons started working in the field of marine, building ports. In 1971, we moved international by picking up our first international job. In the year 1976, it was renamed from Rodeo Hazrat as a company to Asia Foundations and Constructions Limited. Subsequently, its name was rephrased to Afcons Infrastructure, especially considering the quantum of infrastructure work that we were carrying out. In the year 2000, Afcons became a infrastructure arm of the Shapoorji Pallonji Group. This in short is the story of Afcons.
From humble beginnings to engineering marvels, Afcons has become synonymous with India's progress. But what drives this powerhouse?
We have set up our vision to be a transnational infrastructure construction company, to be known for its delivery excellence and to create satisfaction to all stakeholders. It will not be out of place here to mention the last 10 years time frame, 87% of the project has been completed on or ahead of schedule, which no other construction company can really boast of.
Afcons has been the force behind projects that have redefined India's infrastructure landscape. The Chenab Bridge, Atal Tunnel, Bharat-Mumbai Container Terminals, JNPT, East-West Metro Kolkata, and Samruddhi Mahamarg. These aren't just projects, they're milestones in India's journey towards progress.
Chenab Bridge is one of the pieces in the USBRL project. It is a part which bridges the river Chenab at its highest point in the valley. The very location of the project is in such a location that I remember the earliest visitors to that project had to take a combination of walk and mules to reach the location. It is very unique in the sense it's a single arch, highest, tallest arch bridge in the world, standing nearly 359 meters above the water level, about 35 meters taller than the Eiffel Tower. It has consumed about 30,350 metric tons of steel, 300,000 bolts, and has been executed with such a high precision and quality that it has actually set a landmark as a project for the competency and the capacity of the Indian engineers to develop such challenging infrastructure projects. Once this complete bridge is completed and the USBRL line is opened up for traffic, it will improve the socio-economic status of the state. It has a number of features which will help. One is it will generate a lot of trade. Two, health and education, which was not accessible to a lot of people, will become much more easier because they can travel to the towns by using the train. It also has a very strategic purpose in terms of army, where they can move their equipments as well as their manpower to the border areas.
The Chenab Bridge, the world's tallest rail bridge in one of the most isolated yet sensitive regions, is a marvel of engineering. It features pioneering construction methods, including the first ever incremental launching on a combined transition curve. Its unique arch, designed to withstand high winds and blast loads, stands on foundations 200 meters deep. This isn't just a bridge, it's a symbol of India's engineering prowess.
The location of the project itself was a challenge. Basically because Himalaya is a very young mountain with a lot of unknowns. Having had all these details, a lot of night lamp was burnt to study the aspects that could go to build this project successfully. Logistics was a second nightmare, so we created a world-class laboratory at the project itself. It was an NABL approved laboratory so that all testings can be done at the project site itself. We also set up a world-class fabrication yard, considering the size of the elements that we would have to fabricate, so that a large components could be fabricated at the site itself.
In today's world, sustainable infrastructure is paramount, and Afcons is deeply committed to this cause.
Afcons takes great care in ensuring that we leave behind a project without damaging the environment. As a part of this, we use what is lean practices in our construction. We ensure that the minimum natural resources are consumed on the project, so that there is very limited depletion of the natural resource. We also ensure reuse of water. We also ensure that our materials that we use are eco-friendly to the extent that it is viable. We have limited now the use of diesel on our projects by trying to move into grid power to the extent that is feasible. These are some of the significant contributions that we are making towards creating a sustainable infrastructure.
Afcons fosters a culture of excellence and teamwork through its unique leadership approach.
There are two aspects on the leadership culture I can talk about. One is we create the right environment and follow what is called an agricultural approach to the management, where we sow the seeds and seeds will grow on its own as to how they develop themselves. On the organization overall, if we look at it, we look at a collaborative culture. So in the process, we try to foster a collaborative culture instead of a one-upmanship kind of a leadership. That goes a long way in fostering the right leadership material at all points of time.
Afcons' vision for the future is to continue driving innovation in sustainable infrastructure development.
In our view, Afcons currently plays a very significant role within the top 3 in the construction industry. We expect to continue to play that kind of a role of working with the government to help them structure the project, help them to have the right contract documentation, and to work in the overall infrastructure growth of the country.
Promoting sustainable infrastructure is vital for the future, and campaigns like Infrashakti play a crucial role in this endeavor.
Every human being or a company needs to be recognized for the good work they do. Awards are one of the main elements of such recognition. In fact, what really struck me when I went to the awards was that each and every one of the nominees and their work was showcased in great detail, and subsequently the award was announced. While we may have won the award, I believe that all the nominees were truly deserving of such awards. Going forward, these awards would definitely be a great motivational factor for companies to strive and get these awards, thereby raising the benchmark of the Indian infrastructure industry.
Afcons' message to the next generation of engineers is clear. Embrace innovation with the right attitude.
Afcons has always been known to be an innovative company. We have a very strong process called learn before, learn during, learn after. So there is a continuous process of learning as well as dissemination of the knowledge that has been gained. The message I would like to convey to the young engineers is, one is, there is nothing to replace hard and smart work. Second, they always need to carry an attitude along with them, an attitude that they can do it. It makes a lot of difference.
Afcons, where engineering meets excellence. This is the company that's not just building structures but crafting India's story of progress. The India of tomorrow is being shaped by companies like Afcons today. On the other side of the break, stay tuned as we showcase the remarkable journey of Sudhanshu Mani, the visionary behind the Vande Bharat Express.
Some people say the metaverse will only be virtual. One day this lecture hall will be made of code, and driverless cars would be trapped in intersections. But even in this maze of the future, you can't wish away health. It's time to become more resilient. "10 years of Banega Swasth India, we have grown and achieved so many milestones. And now I have a plan to beat the urgency, to stop breathing with difficulty, to relieve getting choked with inactivity. Energize our government, our environment, our society, and ourselves. Everyone, everywhere, every day. Banega Swasth India. One world hygiene.
Stay informed and entertained with the new and updated NDTV News app. You can watch all our channels live, listen to podcasts, read breaking and exclusive news from around the world and more. Download the NDTV app today and get access to the best journalism and storytelling on your smartphone or tablet. The NDTV app. News that matters to you.
Landslide devastation in Kerala's Wayanad. Join NDTV's initiative. Donate for Kerala.
Hi, I'm Shreya Saran. Kerala's Wayanad area is hit by devastating landslides, resulting in loss of lives and livelihood. Kerala needs your help right now. Let's join NDTV initiative. Come, donate. Let's rebuild Wayanad.
Some people say the metaverse will only be virtual. One day this lecture hall will be made of code, and driverless cars would be trapped in intersections. But even in this maze of the future, you can't wish away health. It's time to become more resilient. "10 years of Banega Swasth India, we have grown and achieved so many milestones. And now I have a plan to beat the urgency, to stop breathing with difficulty, to relieve getting choked with inactivity. Energize our government, our environment, our society, and ourselves. Everyone, everywhere, every day. Banega Swasth India. One world hygiene.
Stay informed and entertained with the new and updated NDTV News app. You can watch all our channels live, listen to podcasts, read breaking and exclusive news from around the world and more.
India, a land of diverse cultures and rapid progress, has always been on the move. In 2018, a new chapter in India's transportation history was written with the designing of the Vande Bharat Express. This revolutionary train is the pride and joy of the Indian Railways, conceived and brought on track by the visionary engineer from Lucknow, Sudhanshu Mani.
I liked railways. I come from a railway family. I like to travel in trains, count stations, certainly. I also looked at trains and wondered when India is going to have a faster, speedier, technologically advanced, aesthetically superior train. But those days, I'm talking of mid-70s, there were not too many career options. You either joined engineering or medical or studied further. There used to be a scheme called SCRA, where Indian Railways picked up for mechanical engineering candidates after their 12th, gave them training, engineering training, and absorbed them as assistant mechanical engineers. So the job was assured, and it was something which was at that age was very promising and very attractive. So I joined Jamalpur, this SCRS scheme. After that, I've been a railwayman for life. So I landed in Integral Coach Factory, Chennai in August of 2016. And now this was the time when I realized that if I really had that angst, that dream, this was the largest factory of Indian Railways and arguably the largest in the world in terms of number of coaches turned out since inception from a single premises. And I was fortunate to have been bequeathed a great team of officers and staff, proficient in manufacturing, designing, and everything related to it, procurement, finance. I realized that if I did not do something about it now, then it was not a dream, it was perhaps a pipe dream. So getting posted there, analyzing the place, getting to know people and the place, and within a couple of months, the idea burgeoned. So now, when you talk of a modern train, it's not merely what meets the eye, which is of course an aerodynamic profile of the train, better passenger amenities for the passengers. But more important than that, to my mind, is the technology that would drive the train. It's called the three-phase AC propulsion technology. And fortunately, a couple of companies, at that stage actually only one, which had developed this technology in India. There are not many companies in the world which have done it. So indigenous availability of this technology existed. So that was one of the main driving points. There was no import involved as far as the main heart of the train was concerned. Another important thing was to treat industry partners as genuine partners. So I'm very happy to tell you that many industry, regular or non-regular vendors of India came forward, and many of the components we were able to design to our, were able to manufacture to our design specification and so on. All this helped.
The Vande Bharat Express, achieving speeds up to 180 km per hour, became India's fastest train, showcasing the nation's engineering prowess in its successful journey between Delhi and Varanasi. The journey was not without its challenges.
first challenge I was told is that although the general managers of Indian Railways have been empowered by this government in terms of whatever they can spend and so on, there is no limit, no file goes to Railway Board. That's quite a major step they have taken. But since what we were planning to do was a new type of train, it would have no locomotives. All the equipment would be placed under the board, a train set, and for powering, air conditioning, hotel load, everything under the board, and the space above the board, except 2 cabs in the end, would be used entirely for passenger amenities. And it will be tested at 180 kilometers per hour so that it is declared suitable to run at 160 kilometers per hour. A track which at that stage and even today exists only between Delhi and Agra for a short stretch. But nevertheless, we were looking at designing a train for future. And because you are planning to do a new type of train, you will need Railway Board's, ministries' sanction. So that proved to be a challenge. We thought as the leader, I should be able to get it easily, but we proposed, it was not finding favor. Then we started work, and another challenge, again, I'm not telling you about technical challenges at all. I told you the process of technical development. That was a wonderful team tackling it. There were many, but I'm telling you more in respect of challenges that any project would face. Basically, you see, the way we define success is you take up a project, give it your best, give your hard work. Outcome is not in your hand. You may fail, but that's how success is defined. As Shakespeare has said in Measure for Measure through Lucio, that our doubts are traitors which make us lose the good we oft might win by fearing to attempt. गिरते हैं शह सवार ही मैदाने जंग में, वो तिफल क्या गिरे जो घुटनों के बल चले. I said days of your crawling on your feet are over, and we'll all be mounted soldiers together and deliver to the country what it has been waiting for a long time. And once you have a great team, all these words work like wonder, and we did. There was a certain level of acceptance that Indian engineers have also come of age. Then there was the response of the public. That was much better than expected. Media also helped, which had come to Chennai when the train was being built. Some hype, if I may call it, was created around it. So somehow public also felt that this was a product made by India, Indians for India. Now coming to cost, you see, since our stress was in going to Indian companies, in preference over foreign companies, that itself made the cost effectiveness possible. So we were not worried about it being cost effective. Sustainable. Now sustainable is a measure of many things. First is the product itself should be sustainable. The culture of the organization should be sustainable so that similar quality level, similar enthusiasm is sustained. And then in the larger meaning of sustainability, of course, whether the products used were environment friendly and so on. Although we were on time constraint, we were able to keep everything in mind and do our best in these directions.
Sudhanshu Mani's vision and dedication have not only transformed Indian Railways but also inspired a new generation of engineers and innovators. Now a retired railway professional, he leverages his vast experience in railway technology and project management to contribute meaningfully to new ventures. His deep understanding of the industry, coupled with his passions for art, theatre, Urdu poetry and reading, makes him a versatile and valuable asset.
First, look after your family, your friends, your health, your spirit. That's primary. Once you are able to do that, then of course, it's time for you to fulfill your dreams. Don't let your dream die. Let it not be extinguished. Let that dream linger. And second thing, again, I'll quote Shakespeare. He says, things one are done, but joy's soul lies in the doing. So whatever you do with your commitment, do it joyfully. And if you don't have that joy in doing it, don't do it.
Landslide devastation in Kerala's Wayanad. Join NDTV's initiative. Donate for Kerala.
Hi, I'm Shreya Saran. Kerala's Wayanad area is hit by devastating landslides, resulting in loss of lives and livelihood. Kerala needs your help right now. Let's join NDTV initiative. Come, donate, let's rebuild Wayanad.
Some people say the metaverse will only be virtual. One day this lecture hall will be made of code, and driverless cars would be trapped in intersections. But even in this maze of the future, you can't wish away health. It's time to become more resilient. "10 years of Banega Swasth India, we have grown and achieved so many milestones. And now I have a plan to beat the urgency, to stop breathing with difficulty, to relieve getting choked with inactivity. Energize our government, our environment, our society, and ourselves. Everyone, everywhere, every day. Banega Swasth India. One world hygiene.
Stay informed and entertained with the new and updated NDTV News app. You can watch all our channels live, listen to podcasts, read breaking and exclusive news from around the world and more. Download the NDTV app today and get access to the best journalism and storytelling on your smartphone or tablet. The NDTV app. News that matters to you.
Landslide devastation in Kerala's Wayanad. Join NDTV's initiative. Donate for Kerala.
Hi, I'm Shreya Saran. Kerala's Wayanad area is hit by devastating landslides, resulting in loss of lives and livelihood. Kerala needs your help right now. Let's join NDTV initiative. Come, donate, let's rebuild Wayanad.
Some people say the metaverse will only be virtual. One day this lecture hall will be made of code, and driverless cars would be trapped in intersections. But even in this maze of the future, you can't wish away health. It's time to become more resilient. "10 years of Banega Swasth India, we have grown and achieved so many milestones. And now I have a plan to beat the urgency, to stop breathing with difficulty, to relieve getting choked with inactivity. Energize our government, our
Very good afternoon. You're watching NDTV 24/7. I'm Divya Vada. We have a whole lot lined up for you, including it is the Chief Minister Siddharamaiah who will be prosecuted. It's the Governor